Hello, my name is Paul Henry, Security and Forensic Analyst at Lumention. Welcome to our Patch Tuesday update for March 2010. Today's Patch Tuesday release from Microsoft is particularly light. This month, Microsoft has included 2 bulletins that are rated important with an aggregate exploitability index rating of 1. This means they should be addressed as soon as possible. From an impact perspective, today's bulletins may require a restart and hence will have impact on operations. One bulletin is for Microsoft Office and one covers Microsoft Windows. Let's look at the details. MS10-016 is a vulnerability in Microsoft Movie Maker that could allow remote code execution. This security update addresses a privately reported vulnerability in Windows Movie Maker and Microsoft Producer 2003. Windows Live Movie Maker, which is available for Windows Vista and Windows 7, is not affected by this vulnerability. The vulnerability could allow code execution if an attacker sent a specially crafted Movie Maker or Microsoft Producer project file and convinced the user to open that specially crafted file. Now, this vulnerability adds additional importance to enforcing the rule of least privilege across the enterprise, as users whose accounts are configured to have fewer users' rights on the system could be less impacted than users who operate with administrative user rights. Now, MS10-017. This is a vulnerability in Microsoft Office Excel that could allow remote code execution. This security update resolves 7 different privately reported vulnerabilities in Microsoft Excel. The vulnerabilities could allow remote code execution if a user opens a specially crafted Excel file. Now, an attacker who successfully exploited any of these vulnerabilities would gain the same user rights as a local user. Again, enforcing the need for enforcement of the rule of least privilege. A user whose accounts are configured to have fewer user rights on the system would in fact be less impacted than those users who would operate with administrative user rights. Now, in reviewing the details of the associated vulnerabilities, each involves a user downloading a specially crafted file. This again is a reminder of the importance of endpoint security and our need to perhaps consider shifting our focus from only the gateway to including securing the endpoint in the current environment. Earlier this week, customers were alerted to a VBScript issue that was exposed on supported versions of Microsoft Windows 2000, Windows XP, and Windows Server 2003 through the use of Internet Explorer. Now, although this issue won't be addressed by today's monthly patches from Microsoft, a workaround was provided by Microsoft. Now, of note, of course, is Microsoft has said they don't think it's a big issue, but they will continue to monitor the situation. Microsoft also provided an end-of-life reminder for Windows XP Service Pack 2. It's no longer going to be supported after July 13, 2010. Customers are being encouraged to upgrade to Service Pack 3 or to Windows 7 as soon as possible. Other Patch Tuesday news this Patch Tuesday period. There have been changes in Apache 2.2.15. This is the latest version of the web server software, and it includes 5 security fixes. Patches are now available for the HP Performance Insight product operating on HP UX, Linux, Solaris, and Windows. HP could perhaps take a lesson from Microsoft in providing useful details for security patches for those users that cannot deploy the patch immediately. Sufficient information should be provided in order to use alternate controls to reduce risk. The information provided on this HP issue is very limited at best. In fact, the statement I recall reading is, "This issue is caused by an unspecified error with unknown attack vectors." How's a user going to protect themselves with this insufficient information? No further details have been disclosed. We also have an issue with IBM in AIX. It's a buffer overflow, specifically with GOS mod and GOS list. It could allow the execution of arbitrary code, but only on a local system. Now, IT pros are also hunting rabbits this week, the Energizer Bunny. Malware reportedly has been found that it has existed in the wild since 2007. Now, it's the installer for the Energizer Duo software. It places a file called usbcharger.dll in the applications directory and the ACR user.dll in the Windows System 32 directory. The US CERT team has said in an advisory on Friday, ACR-UCER.dll is a backdoor that allows unauthorized remote system access via accepting connections on port 7777 over TCP. Its capabilities include the ability to list directories, send and receive files, and execute programs. The flaw remediation team should also keep their eyes open for a new patch from Opera. They're currently working on a patch to address a critical vulnerability, has not yet been released. This has been our Patch Tuesday update for March 2010. Thanks for listening.